A lot of people think the Muscle Car and Corvette Nationals is purely a show featuring original stock muscle cars, but Zach, you've got something here that is legendary and definitely not stock.
Right, yeah, exactly. It's Gas Ronda's real 1965 AFX 65 Mustang.
Awesome, legendary car.
Oh yeah.
Tell us a little bit about the history of this thing.
The history was there was 11 cars made from Ford. They were actually 289 hypo cars. Ford took the motors out of them or didn't put motors in them and then sent them to Holman Moody for them to be turned into factory race cars. And this car here was given to Gas Ronda, California racer, for the sum of $1. And from there, he was to campaign it in AHRA and NHRA racing. Unfortunately, the first car that Gas got was exactly like this one. It was totaled. The right axle broke and took him into cross the lane and through a fence and hit a telephone pole. I've got pictures of what that car looked like. Ford came along, did a investigation of what happened and determined it wasn't driver error, and they gave him another car. So that is this car here. At that point, he campaigned it the rest of the year and multiple wins. I think the quickest time was like a 10:30 in the quarter mile, and because of Gas's persona, he was probably one of the more popular drivers because he was a handsome, dapper guy. Him and his crew always dressed to the nines. I mean, they were just a good-looking crew. When they showed up the track, you knew they were there.
Sure, right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And they always kept the car looking good.
Oh, yeah.
And they performed well.
Oh, yeah.
And so this being in '65 is right when FX racing was really starting to explode.
Yes.
But at this point, the car still looks like a Mustang.
Yeah. There's still a steel body for the back half. The front nose and doors are fiberglass. But this is sort of the precursor to funny cars. I mean, the next Gas Ronda car was still a 65 or 66 Mustang, but it was a fiberglass car with the nose stretched 18 to 20 inches. So yeah, this car was really only raced 1 year. So.
I think that's one of my more favorite aspects about that time period is it looks like a car that you could have bought before they really went nuts, which are cool too.
Right.
And these camera motors are insane. Tell me what kind of power we're looking at that this one would make.
Whenever Ford produced them, the idea was to run NASCAR with them, and that's the time when all exotic hemispherical head motors was getting outlawed, Mopar included. And so these straight out of the box were like 606 horsepower, and then from there, who knows what these guys took them to. So the neat thing about the camera was it had a 6.5 foot long timing chain that run between the two heads and two cams, and everybody said they were problematic because the chain would break. Well, really the problem was, and most of them, was the guy's right foot, because without a valve train with the cams running directly to the valves, you didn't get that signal to say, I'm about to blow up. It would just keep on winding and winding and winding until something popped, and the chain was the weak link.
Yeah. Well, have you ever seen one of these with that front cover off? That chain is unbelievable.
Yeah.
So the car being restored basically to as raced specs.
Yes.
What are you guys doing with it now?
Really, it's taking it around to shows for people to enjoy it. We're actually taking it to an old drag strip in Waynesboro, Virginia, and to put on display and do some photo shoot of it for some possible magazine coverage. So,
very cool.
Yeah.
Well, what do you think about the Muscle Car and Corvette Nationals?
Oh, this is amazing. This is amazing. Nick Smith, the owner of the car, has always wanted to come to this event, but his schedule wouldn't permit it. And so I was able to pick it up at Detroit and bring it over here. And Nick has an amazing collection. He also has the long-nose Gas Ronda car and the Dick Landy silver and black car. So definitely worth a trip to Stuart, Florida to meet Nick and see his amazing car collections.
Is his car collection open to the public? Is it a museum?
It is. It's not. It's basically by appointment only. Mm-hmm. And but he has a website, and you can contact him through the website. It's factorylightweights.com.
Something definitely worth checking out.
Yeah, definitely.
Zach, thank you for bringing it
You're
out.
welcome.
I love
Thank
the
you.
car.
Appreciate it. Okay.